Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, this is Judy, and welcome back to our channel. Hey everybody, I'm so happy to be back with another 1,000 Pound Sisters update. Miss Amy and Tammy Slaton. The show, if you didn't know, is coming back in 1 week. 1 week from today on November 15th. I personally can't wait. And if you are somehow on my channel and you don't know who Amy and Tammy are, or what the 1,000 Pound Sisters are, or whoever, whatever, I'll leave a playlist. I've literally been covering Amy and Tammy since before they even were on the TLC show 1,000 Pound Sisters. I followed them here on YouTube, have made videos covering their content in the past, and I just really enjoy them, enjoy their content, enjoy watching the television show. So I'll leave that playlist down in a pinned comment. If you want to get caught up and want to know everything happening with the girls, you can go check that out there. But I basically want to go into some updates that happened in the 1,000 Pound Sisters universe over the past weekend, or maybe week, I'm not exactly sure. Well, what I do know is that in the past 24 hours, I do know this, in the past 24 hours, Amy uploaded 3 different clips to her channel out of nowhere with content from the upcoming season. So I think that we can check those things out. And then the other thing we're going to talk about today is that the BBW King, who is Tammy's maybe new boo, has posted some updates on his Instagram and TikTok related to Tammy, and so we'll check those things out as well. So first things first, like I said, Amy recently posted 3 new clips to her YouTube channel, and it's clear that they're all specifically content from TLC. I mean, I think they all have like a TLC little logo in the corner. If you don't know, last season, one thing that they did with the girls is that any like footage that they filmed for YouTube but for the show, because if you don't know, the show really doesn't hide the fact that the girls are YouTubers, but also doesn't really address that the girls don't really post anything new on YouTube these days that's not specifically from their show. So what the show let them do is like upload this like these clips that they might have filmed for the show but then didn't actually use in the show, if that makes sense. So one of the clips that Amy uploaded in the past 24 hours is a makeup tutorial with Tammy. And it is kind of funny if y'all want to go check it out. It was kind of goofy. It gave me a good giggle. You might get a good giggle. It's the like lighthearted content that they sometimes put in there for fluff when people aren't fighting or we aren't talking about weight loss. Like they often put in little clips of just like goofiness and silliness. The one thing that I did find most interesting, well, 2 things. One, the famous like glittery sequined Slaton sister backdrop had made its return. And 2, it's clear that Amy somehow got like this footage maybe sent to her, downloaded it to her phone, and then did some kind of like weird screen recording. It's just like the competency from Amy when it comes to technology is chef's kiss. But also I feel like last season they must have had some help uploading these clips and stuff that they didn't have this season, because it's clear it was a struggle bus for Miss Amy. But the other 2 clips on Amy's channel seem to be just literal commercials, and it sounded like she was maybe filming them from her TV. Honestly, truly. I'll share the first clip here.
It's nice to laugh instead of argue. Stop arguing with me. I wasn't ready for a baby and a 35-year-old baby. I didn't ask you to be my mother.
Tammy's gonna die if she doesn't do something about the weight.
Nothing's gonna slow me down.
She needs to grow up and take care of her own stuff. This is the final straw.
I can't do it, Amy.
That's it. I'm done.
1,000 Pound Sisters season premiere.
And this clip seems to kind of just be reiterating like the drama between Amy and Tammy that we saw in the trailer. I did react to that trailer. It's in the playlist down below. But it seems to like really just reiterate kind of like the drama that we saw between the 2 of them. I don't think there's necessarily anything new in those clips. And then the other clips seem to focus more on maybe a little bit of the lightheartedness, but also more of like the health part of the show.
Billy Ray Cyrus. Tammy finally got into rehab for food addiction.
Sisters, November 15th.
I could be wrong, but I don't really remember the season 3 trailer including anything about Tammy going into like a rehab facility or anything like that. Now, we do know that season 2 did end, like they put up a little like title card or whatever at the very end saying that Tammy was looking for a rehab facility to go into to help her with food addiction and her weight and stuff in general. So it seems like she did follow through on that. And of course, we know here on the internet, we know that she was there because, well, people had speculated about it a whole lot. And she put up TikToks where it was clear she was in some kind of medical facility.
Looks like your girl has got a new hobby. Please don't judge. I just started it. Okay? I don't think it's that bad for my first time. Yeah, that's corny. That's my fingerprints. And it needs to be redone. But honestly, I don't think it's that bad. And I just started the jewelry box. So...
I do kind of wonder how long that lasts for Miss Tammy, because let's be very serious. A lot of the like Slaton related content I've posted after season 2 has been related to drama that Miss Tammy has found herself in. I mean, we've talked about drama related to her doing cameos. We've talked about some potential merch scandals. We talked about her interaction with the BBW King and making people think that she might be pregnant and or engaged. I mean, I have a lot of videos about the BBW King, which we're going to obviously talk about him more in a minute. We saw her burning Jerry's clothes. We saw her with some man in a car and the man was kissing her cheek. I mean, we've seen so much from her, and most of that has not been, from what I can tell, in some kind of like rehab medical facility. So I'm curious how long that goes, because also, I mean, even if you look at the season 3 trailer, the trailer doesn't ever show her in any kind of rehab facility. In fact, like, we only see her outside of the facility fighting with her family and things like that. So I'm curious how long that lasted, and we're gonna find out pretty quickly, I'm sure, but it should be interesting to see what the results of that were and what that looks like. But in general, I do think that this particular like commercial clip shows a lot of like the lighthearted stuff that happens in the show, maybe a little bit more than like the season 3 trailer showed us. And I think that those are some of my favorite parts of the show, if we're being honest. Like, I love when they're just doing the goofiest, dumbest shit. Like, it's my favorite part. And I think it's helpful to have that stuff to remind us that, like, Tammy and Amy are both humans, and they're complicated people, and yes, Tammy can be mean. Listen, this is not a Tammy Slaton apologist channel, okay? I just, like, you know, I can recognize that humans are complicated and complex, okay? And we can tell that because there's clearly, even when Tammy is being rude and mean to her family, it's clear that she still cares about them because they have lots of lighthearted, silly moments, as demonstrated in that clip. Now, outside of all of that, we also got some updates from the BBW King on his TikTok and his Instagram. I think I initially saw it on Instagram because I don't follow him on TikTok, but I follow him on Instagram for whatever reason. And he's one of those people that posts their TikToks to their Instagram. So I initially saw it on Instagram, went and found it on TikTok as well. But he suddenly, coincidentally, a week before the new season premieres, he's out here talking about Tammy again. The long story short of this guy is that he only wants to date women who are 300 plus pounds. Okay, so he only wants to date you if you're more than that. He said that he'll leave you if you're not at least 300 pounds. Like, if you lose weight while you're dating him and you get below 300, you're out. He has met Tammy in real life. Tammy has teased being engaged to him, and he even makes an appearance in the season 3 trailer.
My new boyfriend just came to visit me for the weekend.
If you get down to $2.99, I'm out of here. What? He don't like Tammy. He's got a fetish. Are you okay with him working out of your life if you're under 300 pounds?
Why can't I just be happy for once?
Answer me this, are you engaged?
I hope to God it's really not true.
So in general, they've been relatively silent, both Tammy and the BBW King. They've been relatively silent in the past few months. Like, I haven't seen a whole lot from either of them. Well, I think he's posted some stuff. Tammy hasn't really posted anything in general, but specifically, neither of them have posted about each other in a while. So, yeah, I do think it's a coincidence now that he's popping up when the new season is about to premiere, talking about Tammy again. So, the first TikTok is this one where he says that I don't care what the world thinks, that's my baby. He's watching, like, an episode of 1,000 Pound Sisters.
I don't care if he eats something or not. Supposed to do for myself privately. So I want to talk to him about it. There's been times where like we.
And the second one, I could play you the TikTok, but I'm sure has copywritten music in it. So it's really like all you really need is the screenshot where he's going to see Teresa Caputo live, which is apparently a thing you can do. You can go see the Long Island Medium live, and I don't know if she does readings or she's doing some kind of like motivational talk, but I didn't even know she was like still around doing things and relevant. So love that for her, I suppose. But he's going to see her and he says, about to ask Teresa, is Tammy my soulmate? I know she is. I know she is. Which is interesting because in the meantime, between time, while he hasn't been posting, there have been other TikTok he's posted with other women and where he's talking about women and whoever, whatever. I don't know the details of whatever the relationship is. I'm just saying, like, you're talking about soulmates and you're also over here talking about other women, so I don't know what that means. And in general, I just like don't get good vibes from him. I listen, this is just my opinion. I don't know how y'all feel. My vibes are off when it comes to this guy. It might be because he's talked about leaving women if they go below 300 pounds, and yet he's literally seeking out a woman who, on her own accord, is participating in a reality TV show where one of the goals is that she loses weight. She is choosing to go on this reality show where she's trying to lose weight for her health, has talked to doctors about her health, has talked about wanting to get healthy, and yet this man is actively seeking her out because of her size, because of her weight, and things like that. And that's the part that doesn't sit well with me. That's the part that just makes me like cringe a little bit, because it's like you say you don't want to date anybody that's less than 300 pounds, and yet you're going and dating this woman who's on a reality show where she, for all intents and purposes, is trying to lose weight. Whether or not she's succeeding, I mean, that's obviously a different question, but like, you're seeking out this woman who you know is on this reality show, who's doing this thing that you say you wouldn't want a girl you're dating to do. Like, that just gives me bad intentions all the way around. I've also said in the past that I feel like he's a clout chaser, and some people have had like mixed feelings about that. Let's be honest, a lot of people have been like, Zach, are you not a clout chaser because you're making these videos about AB and Tammy? It's like, well, I'm providing commentary on a television show we're all watching, okay? So I think that that's a little different than like seeking out a person on said television show and trying to date them. I'm just out here having a kiki about the television show we all like to watch and enjoy, right? It's very different than like seeking these people out in real life and trying to date them, be a part of their real lives. With that being said, I really feel like the like clout chasing aspect of it really comes out in the fact that he's posting about it right now when the season is getting ready to start up again. So it's like it's clear he wants to draw the attention back to his social media presence and what he's doing on social media. Has gone all this time without saying anything about Tammy, and all of a sudden now he's got something to say. And I have to say, like, it would also be one thing if he was just trying to date Tammy, and the worst thing that could happen is that Tammy's heart would be broken. But like, it's not just her metaphorical heart being broken, it's like her literal heart being broken. It's clear that like he's seeking her out to like date her strictly because of her size, which, like, I'm not saying that people can't be attracted to people who are plus size, overweight, whoever, whatever, because I believe that you certainly can, but it's clear that that's like his only interest in this relationship, and it seems to be his only interest in most relationships, or most of the ways that he talks about women, and in multiple ways. I just like worry that, you know, there's multiple layers to the ways that Tammy could get hurt by this clout chasing, and that's just my feelings about it. It's okay if you don't agree with that. I'm just here to share my commentary on what I see happening, which is, I assume, why you're here, to hear what I think about it. But yeah, in general, Tammy's been relatively quiet lately on social media, which I think is probably best for her, because she seems to get into the drama real quick when she starts posting on TikTok and Instagram and whoever, whatever. And I'll be interested to see what comes from the upcoming season. I feel like Tammy started participating a lot in social media as season 2 was airing, and saying a lot more and doing a lot more while it was actually airing. Probably because she can't like really talk too much about what's happening in her life while they're not airing, because she's recording, and I'm sure TLC doesn't want things to be spoiled. I also am interested to see what happens to the BBW King's social media as he starts to get more attention from the show, because obviously the people that know about him right now just know about him because we're like real true fans, like going and following these people even when the show's not airing. But I think he's going to get some more attention, obviously, from being on the actual show. And I think one difference between him and Jerry when it comes to like trying to date Tammy, one difference is that he does have a social media following. It's clear that he does want some kind of like social media following to grow, because he's also in the past been on shows like Dr. Phil and stuff like that, where he has built the following that he has now. So I'm kind of curious to see what he does with any, you know, new followers and stuff like that that he gets from appearing on the show, and from his relationship with Tammy, whatever it ends up being. I don't know, you all let me know what your thoughts are down below. I just wanted to give you that update, and remember that the new season starts on November 15th, which is next Monday. It's a week from today. Get excited, and I will probably be back on like Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I haven't really decided what my schedule is gonna look like with a recap of the week's show. So I'll be just out here laughing and a giggling and talking about all of our favorite things that happened on the show. So make sure to check back for that as well. If you're brand new here, make sure to subscribe down below and hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Leave me a comment, hit like, click share this with all your all your friends who are obsessed with 1,000 Pound Sisters like I am. And follow me on all of my social media. I had so much fun today. I hope you did too, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!